I don't know if it's because I didn't hit a button or I did hit a button. I'm not sure. Alright, there we go. I guess it's continuing. Alright, well, either way, I'm hoping I can get some people in here. I got some future teaming up with a bunch of other people, and we're going to be doing a collaboration channel, kind of, I guess you could say. Awesome, Anthony. I'm glad I got the sound fixed. I forgot to turn the microphone on. My bad. So the like I was saying, a bunch of us are joining up, and we're gonna be putting videos out on a channel on YouTube called Legion of Bass, and the the goal here is just content, different content from around. Um, the creator of this all is on the Facebook under Northwest Bassin on that page, the awesome page. Facebook's a whole nother story, actually. So the reason I don't comment on a lot of those pages is it's kind of irritating watching some people answer questions, and you know the answer is different. Um, you know that somebody just sent them down the wrong road. But there's so many regulations and people's feelings being hurt that you really just can't do it. So here tonight, we're going to get into some things, try to help somebody get to a new comfort level. Um, we're going to be giving away the reel. I'm going to give you a preview of what, if I was to fill the box, the 3700 plain old box up and send it out to you, what would be in it. I wouldn't pack it up out of stuff, all brand new stuff in packages still. And then also I'm going to throw in a couple of these. It's an old school. It was used to be on an infomercial, I think, and it's they ship them to you like this, and you get a big bag of them, and you just unwind it, and it is amazing. You pop it off. The action that this can get you. So drop shotting, swimming it, a lot of things. I mean, you can tear it up, you can change it. I don't remember what they're called. I was going through an old box, and I found them in actually one of my drop shot boxes I had in the shed. So, but it's a translucent purple color, like a purple with flake, and it's just an awesome action, different out of the box thing. The point is staying comfortable, but getting slightly out of your comfort zone, using something that you usually wouldn't throw. I mean, how often do you see something like this? Um, so I don't want to jump into the drawing yet. I know people are here for it right away, and whoever watches this video later, this will be the winner on this channel. The on this video. The winner will be announced, and I really do appreciate Anthony you posting it in Northwest Bass, and I'm sorry I didn't jump on that right away. And Northwest Bassin, I mean, that's an awesome place, but awesome guys. It's not just the Pacific Northwest. It's anybody can get on there as long as you're friendly, and um, but I appreciate everything you guys do. I mean, between you and Skimpy and debates and the knowledge and stuff that you guys push out, and make it so that people are willing to take a risk. But comfort while you're out in the water, whether you're bank fishing or on a boat or in the back of someone's boat or whether it's your boat, is very important. Um, and I say it all the time. Whether you like throwing or you're comfortable throwing that $5 Walmart rig, or whether you throw a $500 or $600 rig, and I'm talking about the rod and reel. Are you going to worry all day that you just spent everything on that one rod and reel that you can't have, that you needed, just so that, because somebody told you on one of these sites whenever you said, hey, what's the best rod and reel? Well, the best rod and reel is the one that you're comfortable and can afford, and you're not worrying about failing on you while you're on the water. That's important. If it's like when you're towing your boat. I mean, if you're sitting there worried, is my boat even going to make it to the water? If you're going to the side of a pond or pond hopping or whatever, are you worried about the weather, and are you under a tree? Do I have what it takes? Get out and practice. I mean, I'll be out on the water tomorrow, Sunday, with the family shooting some videos. Like I said, I don't know if I said this in this one or the failed sound one. So, and I got a challenge video coming out, and I think it's gonna get some kicks and some likes, and I'm gonna challenge you guys to it too. So you never know. I mean, what can come out of the channel, and then look forward to different things on Legion of Bass's channel. We're gonna get some content together and share it out. We're gonna try to get some how-tos. I got an awesome technique that I use when I'm tying knots. I'm gonna get that video out soon. Just got to tweak it a little bit. I never thought, whenever I first started YouTube, that editing and all that would take the most out of everything. I mean, I've gone out and I've filmed for hours and then come home and it just wasn't planned out. So um, it just wasn't the right way to do it. And now, plan out my video how before I even hit the water, and go from there. I mean, if you know what you want to do right away, even write it down. I've been looking at tips and stuff, so I'm trying to help the community. I mean, that's what I'm trying to make here, anyways, as a community on my Team Frankenmerk YouTube page. It might not look like it all the time because I don't post as much. Um, I'm not gonna make excuses about that, but that's what this needs to be, as a community. So between Legion of Bass and Team Frankenmerk, and there's some other channels that guy Skimpy, he's gonna be on there. Anthony Tedder, I'm sure we're gonna get him in them. Andre Gonzalez, I hope I said your name right. I'm doing pretty good. Did you fish in that tournament today out on a lake, um, American Lake? Just trying to see. I saw some pictures from you guys' page, but the this live stream is lagged on my side, so I have multiple screens up. It's kind of weird. Um, Let me know too. So I have the comment picker up on my iPad, and how do you guys want me to do it? Do you want me to just hit the button once and call the winner? Seventh place isn't bad. The I don't want to butcher your name. I know I've met you. I'm pretty positive at a tackle swap. I just don't know. Do you say the S at the end of it or not? Um, but yeah, let me know what you guys want me to do. You guys that are around here, right? Andy, there we go. Andy works. So between the guys on here, pop up in the comments and tell me what you want to do. Do you want me to hit the picker once, twice, three times? Just do it once and call it good. Um, Thanks, Anthony and Andy. The I think the comments pop up faster than the preview window or the window does. And have you guys ever used one of these gone live yet? Dude, I remember exactly which one you were, and the this man is in a wheelchair. Andy's in a wheelchair, and he gets out and catches fish. He took 7th place today in a tournament. That's pretty decent. It's a club, Lakewood Bassmasters, I think. I could be wrong on that a little bit, but those guys they're out there, Lakewood, Tacoma fishing, Olympia. It's an electric motor only club. The Check them out. They put Lakewood Master Bassers. There we go. Those guys are right there. So let's uh let's talk about this giveaway a little bit. That's why people are here. That's why people want. You're gonna get the reel, and I also talked about filling up that 3700 series waterproof Plano box, brand new. So like I said, I went out and I packed this box up because I wanted to give a preview that the things you'd be getting would be new. Um, and I chose what I would send if the person who wins doesn't really know what they want. I mean, this is going to be some good all around stuff. And if you win and you want to swap something out or change it, or you have a different idea, let me know. So you're going to win the reel. I have that right here also. It's beautiful. It's left-handed Cast King Stealth with 20-pound Power Pro braid on it, conditioned with KVD line and lure. I need to minimize my screen so I can see better. I do make my own baits still, Anthony, but I kind of keep them as my own and a secret. So until I really perfect it, I still get air pockets every once in a while when I'm injecting. So you're gonna win the reel, and if I had to choose some stuff for you, this is what I would put in the box. And like I said, let me know if you would change it. So we have a decent amount of Gary Yamamoto baits. In this box, I put 6 hard baits and 5 bags of plastics. And then, like I said earlier, I put in some of these, just a few. I don't want to give away my complete secret, but when you see how this thing moves in the water in the translucent color, and you'll be amazed. And not all gimmicks on TV are gimmicks, or not all good things. So I have an array of jerk baits in here, and if I was to choose to give away, to 6 and 6, so we have a Yozuri jerk bait. It dives down 7 feet. It's a decent size. It's the floating technically, so if you were to stop, it raises up and then you jerk it out. The camera on the computer is not the best. There we go. So if I had to choose, this would be one I would send also. It's an awesome color. Crystal Minnow. And then I have some Gary Yamamoto stuff. This one dives 4 to 6 feet. It's it's also a jerk bait. It's a suspending jerk bait though, so when you kill it, it just sits there. So trying to see what the color is. These ones are holographic. This one's crawfish green. And if you guys have not thrown the Gary Yamamoto hard baits yet, the detail in these are awesome. That's another one I would put in there. Andy, the way you win is I'm going to draw a name on the comment picker today. And you had to have commented in the Cast King Stealth review video I did. So as long as you did that, it's going to load them up. And I'm going to load it up right before we do the giveaway. So next is another jerkbait actually. This one, the color is silver blueback. It's the same size, same suspending, 4 to 6 feet from Gary Yamamoto. It gives you a little versatility. I'm telling you though, when you take these out of the package and you feel them, and the hooks he puts in them, I don't change a single thing about it. They run true, and just go from there. So, and there's one more Yamamoto bait. It's a floating silver blackback. It's just your standard crank. Trying to think of what it reminds me of, but people that don't want to go out and spend the money on things, this is what this is about. New reel, a new uh, a new setup, basically the Plano box, um, and some knowledge. I mean, before I get to the last two hard baits, I'm going to show you a couple soft baits. So this one's called the Moneymaker. It's by Havoc. Okay, you can drop shot it. You can put it on a shaky head. I've never Texas rigged them, and but basically, it's got a little ball on both ends for movement. It's got a center. Wacky rigging this on real lightweight, um, or drop shotting it is the way to go. And the color is green pumpkin, purple copper fleck. So I was going through my stuff and I was trying to figure out what I would send, and I've planned out some some soft plastic drop shot stuff, some stick style baits. The next one I would send is, because everybody loves the Cinco, the stick bait. This is the off-brand, not off-brand, but it's a Strike King. But to give you a comparison, I mean, the fish don't always want the perfect fluttering down bait, but sometimes they want the unnatural. And so these are the shimmy sticks. This one's red bug chartreuse tip, and I dip most of my Cincos actually in chartreuse dye. Um, to get the same effect, to get that chartreuse tip effect. The camera's backwards from what I'm doing, sorry. And they feel good. They just don't have as much salt in them, if any. You gotta weight it a little bit. So you shove a nail weight in the head or shut towards the center of the body, and you throw it the same way, or you do something different with it. You cut it in half and throw it on a Ned rig. There's one for you. Um, of course. Oh, I did not. I thought I did. I thought I grabbed some actual singles, but I didn't. But I grabbed some Yamamoto soft blades too. Soft baits, not blades. My bad. So these are the swim Cincos. These are 5-inch swim Cincos and watermelon black red. If you have never thrown a swim bait, it gives you the versatility, whatever. It's versatile. It has a break in the body. It has that paddle tail, and it's a Cinco, swim Cinco. It's Gary Yamamoto's design. It's got the salt. It has the density of your Cinco, but you can swim this thing, and it moves from water. I mean, I love these things. So you're gonna get a pack of those if you wanted it. If you don't like these baits and you win, let me know, and we'll figure it out. I have a boat full plus the shed. Next on the list is a company that it's a southern company, a southeastern company. I believe they're out of Florida, and not everybody up here throws this brand, and they make awesome plastic. Um, and the best thing about it is you can remelt these to. These are some of the things that this company's plastics is. I had a bunch of their bulk bait that I had torn up from a fishing day, and that's actually what I made my first custom bait out of. My first on their own. I didn't bring any in. Some people have seen them, but it's a combination of a stick bait, drop shot. It's got bulk in the body. It's about 6 inches long or so. It catches fish. I took some veterans out on American Lake, actually, the lake a few of you guys were fishing today, and they put big fish in the boat with them. So, and I think I have it on camera somewhere. It's not on video, but it's on picture. So this is a 7-inch ribbon-tail worm, watermelon red, by Gambler Lure. The translucent, that green color. I mean, watermelon, green, um, ribbon tail. You can do so much with this also. So shaky head it, drop shot it. You can Texas rig it too. Texas rigging worms with a real light weight or even a heavy weight. Carolina rig it too. But is the way to go. I'm gonna hold off on the last bag of plastics. They mean a little more to me. So let's show you the last two hard baits. Um, so for those who don't like to spend a lot of money on their bait, this is one for you. To see why Live Target charges so much for their bait. Yes, they're ridiculous in price, but that's not what it's about. So this is a bait ball. I got a bunch of these when I found a sale on them, and I bought them all. So this guy dives 3 to 4 feet. It's a color. Um, the color is pearl bright green. Okay. Live Target makes good baits. They come with awesome hooks right away. It's a great crankbait, jerk bait style bait. It mimics multiple fish. They see the shimmer. They see everything. Some people say that fish are colorblind. Some don't. So Flat Earth Revelations. Yo, what up? Nice of you to join in. I'm glad you could make it over. Um, I'm just going over some of the baits if I was to choose. The last hard bait is everybody likes topwater. Whether you've thrown it or not, you see it. You've seen it before. So it's about that explosion when the fish hits. So I'm going to throw in a head a Super Spook Junior, and this color is a junior baby bass. So if you've never thrown a spook, you have the opportunity to twitching across the top. I mean, it's not the same as a frog bite, but you'll lose less fish with this when they hit it, whether the fish is 3 inches or 3 pounds, or even more, depending on what your setup is. But and then if I was to choose also to help you guys out, the last soft plastic bag I have in here is one I brought back from Japan actually, and a lot of people think the French fry bait is old school. It's dead. But would you believe that it's still there? It's just not something that everybody advertises. Every once in a while, you hear a pro talk about it. The guys who are sponsored by companies and they have everything in the arsenal. But these things comes in the original package. Okay. Um, it, I don't know what the color is because it's in Japanese. I don't read kanji. But if I had to guess what the actual color was, it's got a blue. It's a laminated bait. These are floating. Awesome drop shot bait. Um, I'm giving away kind of a secret there for you. This is a killer on most lakes around here. It's a blue like motor oil, so blue laminated on top and the motor oil on the bottom. And when it hits the water, it's partially translucent. So the way it flutters on its own, this floats. So these were brought in by myself from Japan, and I actually went to the store and picked them up there. Um, I probably got 100 bags of these. Put them in my suitcase. It's kind of crazy when you go through customs. But I mean, that's just an idea of what could come in the Plano box if the winner wants it. Let me reiterate: the winner's going to have a choice. Sorry, trying to get comfortable. The winner's going to have a choice on what they get. That's just like I said, what I would put in the box. And if you're just joining us, I'm sorry you missed part of that. I was just going over um, some baits that I chose out. Pretty versatile baits. Jerk bait works all year long. Um, a lot of people only throw it in the spring, in the early spring, but you can throw one all year long. And the best part about this is you're not paying anything for this stuff. It's going to be sent to you or handed off to you, depending on where you're at. But so when you're throwing it, that comfort level, that's really important, the comfort level. When you're throwing it, that comfort level, you're not as worried about losing it. Practice with it. Um, and it's amazing what, like if someone gave you a rod and reel to use on their boat and they're sitting there stressing you the whole time about, hey, don't break this, what are you thinking about, catching a fish or dropping that rod in the water? um, we'll get to you in a minute, Scott, about drop shotting. I hope someone's happy with the giveaway as long as they claim it this time. The reason we're redoing this tonight is because it was not claimed, and I'll try not to make this too much longer. I don't want to bore everybody. Please ask questions. I mean, what do you want to know about the drop shotting, Scott? Just so that we can be specific. But like, I mean, comfort's a huge thing. Whether you're running a certain fuel, whether you like a certain brand motor, um, whether your wheelchair is rolling fine. I mean, comfort is huge. That man has a souped up wheelchair. It looked comfortable as heck. I'm talking about Andy there. Um, and that's why comfort is huge. I mean, let me give you an example before we before we do the drawing. My girlfriend got me a 3-month subscription to Mystery Tackle Box, and for my birthday, which was in April, and they just started showing up, and so I'm comfortable with buying my own baits because I like to go to the store and pick them out. Well, the comfort level changes because it was a gift. And sorry, I was reading the comment. The the first box came and the frog was torn. So she immediately got online and they were supposed to send a replacement, but apparently they're out of frogs. What is that about? So the comfort level when both of us are on the boat and I pull a box out or something and I'm like, oh, I want to throw something out of here. Well, that frog was torn, but it was an awesome looking frog, the lunker hunt frog. So in my mind, I want to throw a frog. I have a box of frogs, but I wanted to throw that frog. I know this is a weird ramble, but I can't. Um, it's disappointing to both myself and to her. Um, and then she got me the Pro box for 3 months. And then the first Pro box that came in May, and it's only May 6th, but it was the April box, the box that you've already seen everybody on YouTube open. So between disappointment and being comfortable at the same time, it's very difficult. Um, you don't want to complain. I love the gift. It's an awesome gift. She's the world to me. But at the same time, she can see the reaction. So it's on the comfort between two people, the comfort in your company on the boat, your company on the bank. Don't want to leave anybody out. Um, it's just one of those things. I mean, towing to the lake, driving to the pond, wherever you're going. If you have other things on your mind, it's like professional card players. They want to be in the zone. Well, fishermen, pro fishermen, amateurs, beginners, you got to be in a zone. That's what should be on their mind is what's going on in the water? What's going on over there? Why am I fishing this spot? Why did I choose what we're doing? Especially if you have other people with you and they're looking up to you to make that decision. And that's the difference between success and not being successful. So I guess that's enough rant. Drop shotting, Scott. Well, I've seen many different ways. If you watched my video on the reel, okay, I didn't show it, but at the very end, I the rod I'm holding in the main picture and the rod at the end. My favorite part of it is this light reel. It's like 5.9 ounces. Paired with that Daiwa Tatula, I was able to drop shot with a bait caster, setting the brakes on this perfectly, or best I could. Um, and there's just comfort in being able to know that once he hits that Tatula, it's got a lot of sensitivity to it. It's got a real fine tip, and but it's lighter. That Tatula is lighter than this reel is. So being able to flip underneath something, I flip better with the bait caster than I do with a spinning reel. I can skip better with a spinning reel, but basically the idea of drop shotting is to have a tensioned line with a weight at the bottom. And a lot of people refer to that as like when they're salmon fishing a river, they'll put I've seen natives and other people put a weight under the hook so that when they pull, their line pulls true. In this aspect of it, the weight is on the bottom to both feel the bottom, depending on what type of weight you're using, and to keep that bait up off the bottom because you don't always use a floating bait. And the presentation, I don't have a hook out here. The presentation basically, it allows that bait to flutter on its own, and the vibrations that come down from your rod tip. I got a pin. The rod tip, any little vibration travels down that line, and hits the hook first. And depending on the bait you use, it flutters like crazy. So I personally, there actually is a drop shot knot out there. I don't like it because it's one of those knots where if there's extra tags on it, and you're actually going to cut your line, and then it becomes 2 liters in a way. If you think about it, look up the video on it. There's a drop shot knot, but I don't use that. I tie a simple Palomar, which I'm actually going to put a video out soon. I have a big tip to help people with their Palomar knots. If I tie a Palomar, I take the tag in, go back through the eye so that my hook is sitting straight out. Okay? And before I cast it, I pull the tag and the main line, and it pops that hook out. Most of the time, I like to nose hook my baits on my drop shot. And nose hooking is basically hooking to the nose. So you have an exposed hook. I can't do it. I can't bend my finger that way. Let's say that's a hook. You're basically going to just nose hook it. I mean, you're going to have a little tip sticking out. For those who just joined us, this, I wouldn't call it a ribbon tail. I don't remember what it's called. For anybody that remembers, they used to be packaged like this. And then you open it up and you have a very versatile bait for drop shot, all sorts of things. But that's what this is out of my hand. But you nose hook it, and you have an exposed hook, basically, and you'll feel fish peck at it, but most of the time they inhale it. If they take the effort to inhale it or to bite it, they inhale it. And you don't, okay, in my experience, how about that? We'll say that. That way I don't contradict or sound like everybody else out there giving out false information. Or in my experience, what I do is I raise the rod a little bit and reel. The size hook you're going to use, the wire size, it's a small hook. They actually make drop shot hooks, spin shot hooks, depends on what you want. Line twist, I don't worry about too much. It's not going to be on there long enough to worry about that. I'll fix that later. But the tip of the hook sticking out, you can Texas rig them also if you want to, and you can use a bigger hook if you want to, depending on the situation. If there's a lot of grass, I do. But basically, you have your weight hitting the bottom, and your hook's up here, however high you want. Seriously, at Black Lake, I caught my big fish drop shotting the lily pads. I'll give that out there. Sorry, Roy. You probably throw a jig in most of them, but I'll jig them for a while, and then I crank them out with a drop shot. But you can set that bait anywhere you want, whether it's 6 inches up from the weight off the bottom, depending on what the bottom is. If it's rocky, it's great. To 2 feet off the bottom, whatever you want. I actually have some of those VMC hooks, Andy. I have their standard drop shot and I have their spin shots. I like them both. Just something about having to tie another line on the end of a spin shot. Sometimes I don't feel like it, so I just tie my Palomar. But it's very versatile. I always have a drop shot rod on the boat. Always. It's not always on the deck, but it's usually easy to get to. So between a drop shot rod and then I have a different rod for throwing Cincos, different rods set up for throwing weightless, wacky rig Cincos. I still remember the time that I was introduced to bass fishing, and it was by a guy named Steve Norris. A lot of people know Steve Norris, um, and everybody has their own opinions on him. But this is the man who introduced me to bass fishing, and he handed me my first rod and reel. It was a Llama Glass with a Cabela's ZX reel on it, and it's been crazy since. I went from owning one rod and reel to I always wanted him to get more and improve, and so I was buying whatever I could afford at the time, and I still have a lot of them. But the he always wanted to go fishing, and he encouraged and taught, and he's a guy though who loved to stand on his trolling motor. Like it wasn't on full blast, but there's contemplation. There's a differences on how long to stay in an area, and he likes to move. We caught fish. Um, he also is the one who kind of got me into my whole let's fish all year. That's a big one too. I don't want to give up. I don't want to stop. I don't want to delay for anything. So I've built my arsenal. I've built my tackle up, and just a shout out is all it was. Sorry for the ramble. Like I said, this is a totally new to me. This live stream. I feel like I'm talking to myself on the monitor. It's like being on the water in front of the camera. I mean, it's not easy to find things, so I'm just kind of going off whenever I have it in my head. So let's get into this drawing before I go too far. Nobody so far, though, has told me, do they want me to hit the button once, twice, three times, what? I'll tell you what. When I have somebody, anybody, any one of you guys, gals, I'm not sure who's all on here, I'm sorry, tell me how many times to hit the button on the random comment picker, we'll start that up. Until then, I have my ramble. On the big screen TV. Thanks, Anthony. Hopefully you have the surround sound on, and I'm not annoying. And if you guys hit the... That's not a number, buddy. Anthony just says you hit the button until his name comes up. And I'm not sure that that's fair, but you know what? I could try. Well, I said the first one with a number, and that's Flat Earth Revelation says 6. The Andy, I'll even give you a minute or two if you want me um, to go comment and like and subscribe if you're not, but comment on that page. But yes, I am going to do the drawing soon. And it looks like I'm hitting the button 6 times because that's what I said. I said that I would take the first suggestion, and Flat Earth Revelations said 6 times. Make sure I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking at that right. So why not? Let me make sure that this one's the one that allows you to do that. I have 2 different ones I can use that I know of. I might have to reload the page and hit it, but let me look real quick. I gotta look at another thing what the website is. YTCP. I'm pretty sure this one I can actually just hit the button 6 times. So let's go to that one. I'm just getting it ready on my iPad right now. All right. Make sure I got the YT. Oh, I forgot the R. Sorry about the silence. Here we go. YouTube random comment picker. Make sure I can load the URL, and it's up. It's on. So I'm pretty sure this is the one that I can push 6 times. This is the one we're going to use, and I'll try to make it so everybody can see. And apparently 6 times it is. So, is everybody ready? Maybe if we can all say yeah, nay, or give me a second. I'm going to start hitting the button. So, I have not loaded it on yet. So if you are commenting now, it's still allowed. So, is anybody against me doing it right now? I'll give it a few just to see. Sorry, this is going long in case anybody's trying to get out of here. I just had a notification on my phone. I don't know what it was. I have to comment. Well, Flat Earth, you have about 2 minutes or so. Head over to the page. That's not the latest video. It's the stealth, the Cast King stealth video. Scott, you're not? Well, hurry up. I'm gonna give you a little bit. So let's see what this notification was real quick. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, the Cast King review video. Yes, you did, Scott. I'm pretty positive I saw yours. All right, and I have confirmation. That's the wrong video. I'm gonna give you another minute or two. The Flat Earth Revelations. It's not the one that says winner is. I'm holding the rod. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I have them right here. Scott, you commented on both videos. You said, pick me, how about that? I'm looking on my phone on one, and then I got the iPad on the other, so. But yeah, make sure that you comment on the rod that I did a review on the Cast King Stealth. It was to try to win $1,000 basically. And yes, I was disappointed on how they chose or who they chose, but one person, he had the most views, and Mikey Balls, I follow him. There's no reason that he shouldn't have. But all right, the video looks like that with me holding it. So another person, I don't remember. I think it was a female maybe, but and then the third, the one that the most I was going for. Well, I was going for 2 of the categories. I was going for most creative and the random one, and I didn't win either one. The person who won the most creative, and I'm sorry about the stupid rant. The person who won the most creative, I'm pretty positive, is a Cast King Pro. Yes, sir. That's the correct video, Flat Earth Revelations. And it's just disappointing and just letting off a little steam. Did it change my opinion on the reel? Absolutely not. Before or after that, I had already ordered to try out some of their braid. Does it affect my opinion? No, absolutely not. I'm a P-line guy. I like P-line. I like Power Pro. I love P-line's braid, and I love their fluorocarbon. I started out with Power Pro, and that's why I'm loyal to them and the great prices. I mean, the sorry, the um, where was I going with that? Oh, braid. It's just that when I got the line, I got it out of a recommendation from a guy at work actually, who Steve Holm. He's on one of mine, but I bought it because he uses the same style, just different weights for saltwater. I think he bought 80-pound tests. I think I can't remember if it was 80 or 85, but it's an awesome price for how much you get. You get about a little over 1,000 yards for about $33, and you buy it on Amazon. So, is it worth the price? Absolutely. You just have to get used to using the different types of things. I bought the high vis yellow, and the only complaint so far I have is that when I was trying to tie it on the reel, I broke off the knot multiple times. I only bought 10-pound test because I wanted to put it on. It's going to be a jerkbait rod, um, and I wanted something light and sensitive. Not a jerkbait rod. I'm sorry. It's a crankbait rod. It's going to throw square bills. Um, I bought the yellow just to see. There's supposed to be a claim that it doesn't come off. So most of the time I buy the green, some form of green. So, but it was just disappointing on how easy the line broke when the knot had stress on it in certain ways. But it was probably the direction I pulled on the knot to tighten it up on the spool. And after a couple tries, I got it on. I mean, and it spools up nice. It feels nice. It casts smooth. I still conditioned it with KVD liner lure because I use it all the time now. Really good product if you don't have it yet. At least some sort of line conditioner. Please don't sit there and try to use your line for years to come without conditioning it, or even a season. I do change my line out when needed, and sometimes it's every month, sometimes it's once a year. It depends on the reel. Like I said in the last video, I have 20 or 21 rods in the boat, and I don't want to do them all the time. So, but I don't use them all the time. So, and they're always undercover. They're always in the shade. Sunlight, water, and elements alone is what kills mono. And braid will lose its pigment. And you figure if the pigment's coming out of the braid, something else is weakening in it. And fluorocarbon, I don't have too many issues with, but with what you pay for fluorocarbon nowadays, it's getting more reasonable. I love moss green, Scott. So, all right. Without further ado, I believe we are ready to do this. So I'm gonna try to do it so everybody can see how this goes. So I have the URL in. I'm sure you can't see it because of the white. Sorry, but you'll be able to see everything else. So now I'm just gonna load the video. It has 27 likes, no dislikes, 141 views, and 48 comments. There are 26 unique comments. I'll tell you right now, earlier today, I think this morning, there was only 23 unique comments. So it looks like should be able to see who won. I might have to do a weird angle, but all right. So everything is loaded. I'm gonna hit this button 6 times. So keep in mind 6 times. On the sixth one, you are the winner. Not the first one, not the second, and so on. The sixth one. And I'll make sure it's known. Oh, I'll make this easy. Not very easy. I mess around with my streaming thing for a little while, trying to figure out how to put both pictures on. But all right, it says pick a random comment. So this is number 1. So remember, that's number 1. This is number 2. Nope, I don't want to play. There. Number 2, your name can still come up again. Remember, you guys said 6. Number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. You are the winner. You ready? Here it comes. Has anybody seen any of these yet? I don't hear any booing yet. Did it go? Yes. This is the winner. That was 6 pushes. Patty Whitley. I know for a fact I'm saying your name right because I know who you are. The Patty Whitley is in Arizona or New Mexico. She lived with her mom, I believe, in Arizona. I've known her for a while, and I made this as random as I could. So hopefully there's no regrets or no hate. And I went off the suggestion of Flat Earth Revelations on how many times to push buttons. So hopefully hitting that button 6 times for reel and tackle. If you need hooks too, let me know. Want to go fishing? Let me know if you're local. But hopefully it all goes well from there. So I'm sorry if you didn't win. I guarantee I'm going to have another giveaway. I appreciate it, guys. A couple people congratulated her, Flat Earth Revelations, saying we are all civilized, mature humans. So I would really love it if everybody stays that way, and always help somebody. Whether you pick up something for them off the ground, I would love a question. But whether you're picking up something off the ground or lending a hand, different type of hand, whether you're helping a veteran, whether you're helping a child, whether you're helping your best friend or your mother, whoever, um, just help somebody. And what's your question, Flat Earth Revelations? There's a lag, sorry. Hopefully we don't lose really anybody right now. So, all right. All right, I was reading the question, and I had to think about it for a minute. So he wrote, for genuine truth, one must stick to facts, not opinions. Why believe Earth is a ball? Every single experiment conducted to prove our Earth spinning or curved has failed till this day in human history. Well, people are going to believe what they want. I am not a religious man. Um, I go off science. I go off whatever I can. I don't sit there and research either. You know what I research? What the heck the fish is doing under that dock. and not out, swimming around getting food? Why is he being lazy? So some believe that's the raptor effect, and some believe it's just instinct. So you can look at your Earth flat and Earth round as, well, can you prove it's not? I mean, they know it spins because of gravitational pull. Um, we converted a lot of things from the English method, um, metric and ours, and that's where a lot of things go mixed up. So the raptor effect, though, if you don't know it, you should look it up. It has to do, and I'm not going to get all into it, but it has to do with why the fish will normally sit on a shaded side in a sunny day. Not always. They're not born with it necessarily all the time, but history has it. I appreciate your thoughts and facts on those. So, um, flat Earth revelations. So, I suppose I'm putting two and two together with the name, but it's all good. I appreciate the follow and I appreciate your time here on this video. So, but the raptor effect, the way a fish sees, in the past, it's been thought of that a fish will hide in the shadows, or behind logs, or because it's hiding from a bird of prey. Um, Fact or theory? We could throw a lot of those out there. I mean, it all depends. Why wouldn't it hide back there? But how does almost every bass, not every, but almost every bass, know to do it? Was it implanted there? Is it genetics? Was it some high being? However you want to believe it, it happens. So, with that, let me know what you think. So, anybody else have a question that I can attempt to butcher? Density and gravity are slightly off. I won't argue with that with you. I do not believe in a magical force that cannot be proven. I was just stating that because I am definitely not religious. I'll be the first one to argue with you that there's. I don't want to get too far into that, but that there's not something, um, because you can't see it. But religions and beliefs is all on that comfort level also, and it all ties in together. Um, Good night, Anthony. I appreciate you stopping by. You don't sound like anything bad or anything. Flat Earth Revelations. I have no quarries with that. I'm um, just beliefs in religion, comfort. Do you go for science? Do you believe in Darwin? Um, it all ties into the same thought process of this is what's happening, but here's your distraction. It's kind of like the government doing their thing. Which one do you follow? It's almost impossible to follow them all. So, as long as you're comfortable believing what you believe in, whether it's fact science, fact proven, however you want to put it, or out of a book. So, um, it's partially also, it's kind of it's not karma, it's a stereotype or stereotypical. Um, why people don't say good luck as often as tight lines. They believe in being jinxed. The guy who catches a fish on the first cast of the day and doesn't catch another fish, it gives him something to complain about. That's all. It makes him think differently or her think differently. And now, hey, I appreciate Andy you stopping by, and good night, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. But um, there'll be more giveaways, I promise. But it's all in how you think about it. That's all. So I'm not going to go too much longer. This video is an hour and 18 minutes now, and that's kind of long. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to sign off. No problem, Andy. We can put a wheelchair on the boat. We'll just lock the wheels. I got the big deck on the back or the front. There's space. Trust me. We can even bring Anthony with you. Grab Delano. Delanio. I always say his name wrong. Grab Skimpy. So, oh hey Hunter. If you missed it, um, we hit the button 6 times, and the winner was Patty Whitley. We saw a couple people's names come up or at least one person's name come up that was in the stream going. So, but otherwise, that's who won. Sorry, you didn't get it. The reason we hit the button 6 times is I told everybody to give me their suggestions, and Flat Earth Revelations put the number 6 up with a question mark, so we went off that. I hope everybody's good with it, and please share this video with your friends. I'm going to get out of here. Let them see some of the things we do. I'm sorry if it was slow and I mumbled or rambled too much, but check it out. Fast forward, slow down, whatever. And if you haven't thrown a Gary Yamamoto crankbait or jerkbait, check them out. So that was a sneak peek for you, Hunter, in case you missed it earlier or whoever else. So, but good night. And remember, let's fish all year. There's no reason not to. I live in the state of Washington, and as long as I can get to a lake or pond, I fish all year. So hit me up if you want to. If you're local, we can go out. If you're not local, we can figure something out. But any questions, comments, if you have anything you want to say, I'll listen to anything. It doesn't even matter. And yes, I'll take a look at a few things, Flat Earth Revelations, and see how it goes. But I really appreciate everybody coming and showing their support, and to the winner of this beautiful Cast King Stealth. As the drag got loosened on, there we go. I was like, what's going on? I was playing with it in the drag star drag, my bad. I hope you're very satisfied with this. Comes with the case. I have the original box, instructions, everything. 20-pound Power Pro. But I will check out your channel, Flat Earth. Flat Earth Revelations. We will see you later. And I appreciate everybody's thoughts and stuff. Not sure who's all left right now, but that's the person who was commenting mostly, so that's why I was talking about it the most. So I hate when you see stuff out of your corner of your eye. Peace. I'm out.